Remember, domestic violence is always, always wrong. Please don't do it. Sheila-Jo Hanks, age 51, shot and killed January 29th, 2024 in San Antonio, Texas by her husband. God bless the family.
Sheila-Jo Portillo shot her.
It's hard to believe.
This neighbor who wanted to hide her identity is still shaken. She says she saw the suspect that morning pacing along the sidewalk just after police arrived.
He had blood on his face. He had something on his face. I didn't know what it was, and on his arm.
When officers asked Portillo whose blood it was, they say he told them it was his wife's. That led them to discover her body. In hindsight, though, it seems there were signs of trouble as early as last week. Portillo Hanks made several Facebook posts last Friday crying out for a friend. Her neighbor says she also heard loud arguments before that final one Monday.
We heard screaming around about 6 o'clock in the morning. And I asked him, what was that noise? Who was that screaming?
Although the crime scene has disappeared, the crime remains on people's minds. It seems in all of this, one family member got left behind. That dog, which neighbors say belonged to the woman who was murdered. They say they've been taking care of it ever since, giving it food, water, and even a blanket to sleep on. We called Animal Care Services to take custody of the dog. Carlos Portillo also is in custody. Records show he has arrests dating back more than a decade, but for nothing as serious as the murder charge he now faces. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
A 44-year-old man has been booked for murder. The victim, his wife. The suspect, who police aren't naming right now, was seen walking on the sidewalk this morning, covered in blood, outside the Oak Creek Apartments. This is on the northwest side off Vance Jackson Road. KENS 5 reporter Zach Briggs joins us live with what the suspect told police. Zach?
Well, police say the man was acting erratically and screaming while walking here on the sidewalk. Authorities say he told officers that the blood on him belonged to his wife, who was already dead inside this first floor apartment unit. Now, the first call came in around 7 a.m. about reports of a man who was seen walking on the sidewalk, acting in a so-called bizarre way, according to police. SAPD Sergeant Stephen Bratina said one caller thought the man may have been considering whether or not to jump in front of traffic. The man gave himself up without incident after several officers arrived. It was around the same time when officers also got word of a body inside one of the apartment units. They found a 51-year-old woman who had been shot to death on the first floor. One tenant told me off camera the couple just moved into the apartment complex over the weekend. I caught up with Myra Orta, who lives across the street from the Oak Creek Apartments. Orta says she didn't get a good look at the man walking on the sidewalk, but she heard all the commotion.
I did hear a sound that was like a gunshot, but then I said, well, maybe it's a firework. It did wake me up because it was just, I could tell that it was close to the street. I never peeked out, but he was using the F word and just screaming.
Now, police did find a gun on scene. Unknown why the husband allegedly shot and killed his wife. This remains an ongoing investigation. Live on the northwest side, Zach Briggs.
A crucial reminder here, help is available if you or anyone you know is a victim of domestic violence. You can call the phone number there on your screen or simply text the word START to 88788.
Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. Please subscribe.